My name is Kolade Bank-Adekoya, and I'm the founder CEO of Booked. I think I'm just very curious, inquisitive, and I like to question what people call normal, like just question the norm. And obviously, I'm the chief visionary at Booked, founder, CEO, chief visionary, and the life's work in terms of Booked is to help people monetize their passion in terms of running their live events. And if you host events, it's very tedious, from multiple systems that weren't originally built for you to 10 hours on average that you spend just juggling a lot of these tools. It's enough to introduce anxiety. So our work has been to condense all of that into one platform, help people monetize their passion, make more money, and bring people together for whatever events they're doing. Obviously, I'm a trained software engineer, and the thing for me has just been to want to build something, especially in the digital space, an app that delivers value by helping people do something. And so I built something in Fintech, and I won't say that Booked is new, it's just an iteration of my first idea. So the first idea was helping people get expedited access at events, restaurants that have invisible lines but 3 months wait, right? And that was a great experience for me. It was also the moment of, seeing if my thesis worked. And I, explored that it wasn't moving as fast as I wanted in terms of adoption. And I needed a moment of clarity. And just talking to our customers, we figured that the next route to go was actually helping people manage the back-end operations of the events. And that's how we got here today. The problem we're solving is conversion and truly streamlining operations for, event organizers or people that host in-person live events. As I mentioned earlier, it's just a hassle to already plan an event, book venues, talk less of managing the back-end operations. And as it is today, a lot of platforms are just ticketing platforms. And we say truthfully that we're not another ticketing platform, right? We're an event management platform. Yes, tickets is one of the things that we do, but it's really a centralized system to operate your back-end operations and get results and also measure results as you go. Corporate America feels like you have to be dull, you have to dull yourself down. You can't really shine, or even when you're shining, you're not shining enough, right? And for me, it's not even really about the shining in the way that people see it. It's really the opportunity to reshape an industry, build impact, and do things on my own terms and not having to feel like I'm walking on eggshells or I can't talk a certain way, I can't position a certain way. So 9 to 5 just really meant for me that I had to dull myself down. The decision to transition from 9 to 5 or corporate America into my own thing was just at the moment, I just felt like if I'm working somewhere, I want to give them my all. And I started to realize that, I wasn't almost fulfilling the contract in terms of my mind wasn't there. One thing was clear though, that I would not do my personal thing on the company's time. But as long as my mind wasn't there, I felt like I wasn't fulfilling the contractual obligation. I'll sign out of work and then get into my own thing mentally and not sleep until almost clocking time for the 9 to 5. So health-wise, it wasn't benefiting me. My heart wasn't in 9 to 5 anymore. And it's if your heart isn't in what you're doing, are you even doing anything? Are you making impact, right? So I just knew that that was the time I needed to cease to do my own thing, right? And it was scary. I prayed about it, and there was just so many evident signs that this was the next phase for me in my life. And the rest has been figuring it out as we go. Starting Booked, the phase, I call it the excitement phase. You're like, oh my God, we're building $1 billion company. I've left 9 to 5, and it was the excitement phase, right? That was kind of the part that I remember. And then the more you go into it, you realize that there's more on the line. Now, I don't have anybody paying me salary. In fact, I'm responsible to ensure that people now have to get paid. There's visibility and stuff like that. So it went from that excitement phase to asking real questions like, what are we truly building here? If I started one way, right? And it's not really working. I'm human. I should be able to accept that. And in accepting that means truthfully figuring out what people want and, going with what works. So, starting was figuring it out, I would say, because you truly never have people telling you what to expect. I've always had the personal conviction. My friends started taking me more seriously, right? In recent times, they'll be like, hey, proud of what you've done. I see what you've done here. Oh, I'm going to this event and it's powered by your app. Wow, like you've come a long way. I remember when you started, I didn't even believe that you were doing anything. So I think it was the moment where like closer people started to see what we're doing and taking it as serious as I am or as my team is taking it. So we've really condensed the time to creating an event that could take people an hour or more to literally 5 minutes or less, depending on if you're going to sit down and do it in one time. And then we give you a shareable link. With that link, you can put it on your social media, you can text people the link, and from there, like, it's a done for you approach where you're getting notifications on tickets that were purchased, you're seeing like real-time updates on like really what's going on. I think it also dawned on me that we've built something where like people were doing less as opposed to pre-booked, or people that weren't leveraging book before, where like they just had to do like these many things while the life cycle of the event was going on. And now it almost feels like, wait, is this it? Like you create your event, you have a link, and all you need to do is like get notifications and do less work. And everything is literally centralized on one platform. You want to do email marketing, newsletter marketing, it's there for you. You want to schedule, this marketing to go at a specific time. You don't have to like overwhelm yourself by saying, I must do it now. It's there for you. You're measuring results. Everything is like really there for you. So that's kind of like the life cycle of creating an event on Book. And once your event is done as well, moving money out or just measuring results is also done on the same app. From Ticketmaster, Eventbrite, and those are the names that you're familiar with, right? So the market is segmented. Ticketmaster is a large-scale event tech company, which means they're banking on doing 20,000 people and up, right? For an industry where self-service, so we do small to medium scale events, which is, ideally 500 people to maybe 20,000, right? So Ticketmaster is another category. So you might be familiar with Eventbrite and some other platforms in that category. What we've done is we've not just built like a ticketing page, right? It's one of the things that we do, but the overall value is, an operating system for people that host events. So you're trying to do marketing, it's done on one app. You're trying to do audience segmentation, is done on one app. You're trying to analyze the data that you've collected, is done on one app, as opposed to just focusing on selling tickets. So it's truthfully an operating system for people that run in-person live events. The process of acquiring our first clients was very hard, right? So I had to move from my comfort zone to my uncomfortable zone, which was moving from Denver, Colorado to San Francisco and talking to anybody and everybody that I felt was going to offer people like an expedited access. And it's important to tell this story because like, obviously that's how we started, and just call people. And the way we landed the first client was through a friend that lived in LA, and he told someone like, my guy is building this app, it will help you streamline your line process and get people in quicker. And then we got on a call, gave them a demo, and we were at the event. They leveraged our app for people to skip long lines, and they made a ton of money. I was there and stuff, but I thought, it started, there's gonna be 10 more, 100 more, 1,000, and it was just crickets for a while, and I started doing cold outreach, driving to different places, and people were we're not interested. But after a while, like that one person led to us talking to other people, and it was in that moment where people were like, have you actually explored ticketing and helping people sell tickets? I was like, I don't want to build a ticketing app. It's already been done well. And then we started paying attention to like the back-end operations and noticed it was broken. So that's how we transitioned from what we're doing before into what we're doing now. I think the more people start to collaborate, right, the better. In that case, it was more, I don't want to call it politics or corruption. It's like you're robbing the owner of the business because you want to put money in your pocket, right? So that's wrong. But I think what we've actually built is to help people make more. A lot of the people that transition to our platform, they message me very early in the morning and they're saying, I'd never made this type of money from my passion. I'd never made this type of money from my event business. I was doing way more work and now I'm doing lesser. And it's like my work is being seen and you've built this thing that helps me get to where I want to be at. So it's just a testament to say that like we've looked at the pain points and we're truly meeting people where they are at and making their lives easier. So I don't see threatening people, I'd say helping people more. The relationship between me and books is more child-parent. As of this moment, it could change in the near future, but reason being like it's changing my life in real time, changing like behaviors that I have to unlearn, helping me see new perspectives really. And I say this without a doubt that I'm a better person for it because I've immersed myself into a different mindset. And the biggest mindset for me now is nothing is always as you see it, right? Or everything is an assumption for me until proven otherwise. And that relationship with my company has helped me just be even more open-minded as a human. And so I call it like a parent-child relationship. I'm responsible a lot of the times, right, for directing the vision, carrying things. I don't have most of the time like a second person to consult, right? Although you have mentors, you have advisors, but in real time, most of the times you are considered responsible. Nobody's going to hold your mentor accountable for anything that goes wrong or goes right. And a lot of the times, even though you also have a team, people are crediting you as the visionary. So for me, like that analogy of like a single parent is like, I am responsible for what goes well or what doesn't go well, and I need to take responsibility. So finding the perfect co-founder is truthfully like synonymous to marriage, right? And I tried and I feel like I didn't find the right partner to co-parent with. To be honest, I had two founders that just taught me different things about myself, but the end result was they both were like, I don't know how you're doing this, but this is extremely hard. I wasn't cut out for this, right? Keep doing it. I'm going to support you from the timelines. And I think the thing that showed me is that this founder journey is just really, really hard. And the people that have signed up for it and all in on that journey, they have like a set goal and they're fixated on that. And I mean, nothing against those people. By the end of the journey, they were just like, I can't do this and I don't know how you're doing it. I just want to support you from the outside. The perception that comes with being a single founder from all sides, like even investors, they immediately deem you not investable because they're like, you can't even land someone to believe in your vision. So why should we put money? And I've just come to realize that those perspectives, not that they are wrong, but there's always two sides to things. Like, just like in real life, parents, some people just prefer to be single parents, or it just never worked, right? We should normalize the fact that someone can be a solo founder, maybe they tried, it just never worked, and we shouldn't shame them. There's a lot of shaming around it, and I get why. It's not easy to be a solo founder. You're carrying the weight of the company now and in the future on your head, right? So I get why people do that, but I think there's also like a side that people don't always talk about, where like, especially people that have tried to find a co-founder, it just never works. Like, they shouldn't be shamed. I think what they should get in return is accolades or guidance for, just really like going at this alone and carrying all of that mental burden. So, and for me, it's just been a mindset shift that I'm not broken. What I'm building is not bad. I tried my best, and as long as I tried, I cannot force people to, do this hard thing that I'm taking on, So that's sort of how I've managed that, to be honest. But there's that stigma of, single parent. We're expanding to Nigeria, and what that means is the same offering that we have in our US market will be available here. You can host free events, you can sell your tickets, get your payout in Nigerian currency denomination and all of that, and have access to all of the tools for event management just like our US market does. The problem is universal, right? So the same problem that we're solving exists in the United States, and we solved that. The same problem exists in Nigeria, like too many poorly distributed tools, right, that just don't work for people that run event businesses. And we've built that. It's just extending it for this market, right? And the reason why this market is important is people are going to different events. People have event businesses and they are not collecting data, for example. They're not even privy to certain behavioral patterns, right? And they're not growing that business because it's just done by word of mouth. So the unique perspective that we're bringing here is you having tools that just help you be more efficient, right? And do the work that you should have taken 10 hours. You should be able to do it in 1 hour less. The potential is that it's a virgin market. There are few players here, but thankfully for us, we understand like the global scope of event management, and we're bringing that perspective. And in terms of dollar value, I would say that there's a billion or a few $1 billion industry here, just in this market alone, because once you're able to help people see the value of doing things right and they're able to drive that adoption, then of course there's a financial exchange that happens there. Next year I believe we're going to be launching, some European market, the UK, and possibly some other markets within the EU that I can't really speak about right now, and then thinking of exploring Canada as well. So the plan to bring Booked into Nigeria has been something that has been in the back-end discussion for 1 year now. So it's already planned out. We don't just move based on one impulse, right? So speaking to that, we have to complete what we started here and then evaluate what the next market is for us. We love to do things in phases, as opposed to giving up and say, oh, because we think payment is not suitable here, then let's just build this market and move on to the next market that seems attractive. The underlying thing that made Nigeria very, very attractive for us, obviously I'm Nigerian born, giving back to my country in that way, it's just been top of mind. Second of all, the boom around Afrobeats that fire has to be kept burning, right? And if there's no infrastructure, how do you want to keep something sustained? And if you notice, a lot of artists from this part of the world, they're going outside to tour, and that tells you something. We don't have the right infrastructure. And for artists, what do you see on the internet? X number of tickets sold, right? X number of that. And for us to not have the right and proper infrastructure means that, again, we're driving out our local talent to other places. So that's why this market is very important to us, is to build the infrastructure that we wished existed so that the people in Nigeria can, enjoy a better experience. A lot of people are complaining now that they're barely seeing artists at home. If you don't have the right infrastructure, they're not going to come and give you that value here. Yeah, your idea is a starting point. You need clarity, and sometimes clarity just comes from first saying that what I think is a thesis, and then you have to validate that thesis. Like, okay, I thought this, how are people adopting that, right? Or do I have to tweak things? And essentially just being open-minded to listening, as opposed to like, this is a thing, even when it's not working, you just keep doing the same thing that's not working. So that's my advice, is like, start with a thesis, change things if it has to change, and build forward.